allergies are in overdrive. My allergies are in overdrive right now. So hey everybody, I want to welcome y'all to our Crafting for Cash on Friday with Coach Chrissy. And today I am going to go over a few things. I keep telling y'all that if I'm working on something and I think that it's beneficial, I'm going to bring that to you all. And so this week, we have it kind of was like I guess kismet, because this week we have our this weekend Shanon is doing the party, the event thing with Kim from Easy Peasy Party Planning. We have that boot camp coming up this Sunday. And then my boot camp is school marketing. So as this week would have it, I was approached by a school for a 50-year class reunion. And actually, they approached me for, they just wanted me to create a banner for them for their class reunion. But I tell y'all all the time, they don't know what they want until we tell them what they want, till we show them what they want, right? So they came to me for a banner, and I did their banner design, but I also mocked up several other things. And because this has been such a hectic week, I did some things really quick for to throw a mock up together for them. Um, and I wanted to share some of those tips and tricks with y'all. So if y'all ready to get into that, y'all give me a 3 in the chat. Let me know that y'all are here and present and ready to go. I also would like to say that we are streaming live on YouTube. We're also streaming live on Facebook. But we are in a Zoom room. So our Platinum VIP members in Innate Academy have access to actually get in the Zoom room with us and be able to ask us questions. So if you are a Platinum VIP member and you're watching over YouTube or you're watching through Facebook, go ahead and come on over to the Zoom room, because if you have any comments or if you have any questions while I'm doing this presentation, I will not see your comments because I don't go on the streaming platform. I just sign in through the Zoom. I can only see what's being put in the Zoom. Okay. So those are the only questions and things that I will be answering. So if you are a Platinum VIP member and you're watching, go ahead and come on in the Zoom room with us. And so that if you have any questions, I can get you. So one of the first thing that I wanted to show y'all, and I'm actually going to create a link because I think I showed this before, and I was like, I'm going to put this up, but I never did, because your girl be swamped and then I forget. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen first so that y'all can see what I've been working on this week. Okay, let's see, which screen is that? Screen 2. Okay, so this is what y'all let me know. Let me pull up my chat so I can see y'all. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all are seeing my screen right now. Just give me a 2 if y'all can see my screen. Okay. All right. Y'all seeing my screen. Okay. So this is what I've been working on this week, is that we did, like I said, I was approached for the banner for a class reunion. And I actually was like, well, at a class reunion, let's see what else are they going to need, right? So I decided to go ahead and mock up like doing a swag bag for them for the reunion, and doing t-shirts for the reunion. Now, I know at a 50-year reunion, a lot of times they do something more formal and they're not wearing t-shirts, but they still may like to purchase something to to represent their class. So this is what I put together to do the little swag bag, to have the water bottles on the table, do keychains, the notebooks for the swag bag would be the notebook, the zipper pouch, the heart compact. And so you all know that I gave those, we did that in another Crafting for Cash where I actually demoed doing the keychains and the heart compact and the notebook. And so those are available on the Academy. If you don't have that, that's available for you. The banner that's here is a step and repeat banner. And this is actually the banner from class 139 in the Academy. So that's where this banner, the mock-up, and everything is from. It's class 139. Okay. So and then the t-shirt is from I don't know which class it is, but it is the one that it's a mock-up that we did where we put the shoes in there, we had the jeans in there, and but I don't remember the class number, but it is in the Academy, and that's what this particular t-shirt came from. I always like to use this. Okay, there we go, y'all. They got it. Cut 122. You know, this is a favorite mock-up, but I don't have it saved like under the number or whatever, so I don't remember. But it's 122. So for those of y'all that aren't in the Zoom room, they did say it's class 122. So I will share that with y'all, that it's class 122 in the Academy. So, and what I did was I actually started this mock-up with the with this is where I started. This is with that 122 mock-up for the shirt. And I usually, if I'm gonna do a color, like a shirt that has a color, and instead of a sublimation shirt, I usually will start that. I usually always mock that up in this one because it has all those preloaded colors and all of that in it. So it makes it really easy to change the color of the t-shirt. So I started off with that, and I just reduced the size of the shirt in the mock-up. But I wanted to give y'all just like some quick tips as far as what I did to do this mock-up, okay? Because a lot of times y'all I post my mock-up and I get questions, or people in my DMs that ask me, well, how did you put this together? And actually it looked like one of the Automizer templates or Automizer mock-ups. But what I wanted to actually show y'all today is that sometimes, and we're actually, let me close some of this stuff out. I'm sorry, this is some of the stuff I was working on. And close this out. Okay, so this is the from the 139. But I have, and on 139 there are other items. There's like a shirt and a blanket, and I think that's it. Shirt and a blanket are on here. But I turned those off and then just made the banner center, and then saved the banner as a PNG. So what I did here was I actually went into, let me go back to my mock-up here. So the way that I created this is that I used a 120, I used 125, the background and everything from 125. And then these are just logo that's from the school or whatever. And then I made the design for the Galena Park High School back together. So I did that design. And then I save those as a PNG. Okay, so I take the PNG, and let me pull up show you my file folder. So one of the things that I do want to tell y'all, you all have not been doing the banners as of yet. Okay, if you haven't been doing the banners and you have not sent them over to 4over, okay? So I have the option of the 10 by 10, the 7 repeat banner, the 10 by 10, the 8 by 8, and then the 10 by 8. So they actually requested a 10 by 8 banner. The banner that's in 139 is a 10 by 8 banner, okay? But the mock-up here is an 8 by 8 banner. And what I want you to know, if you have not done any banners and you're planning to do banners, if that's something that you're going to add to what you're offering, I want you to be aware that when you go in and you put your pricing in for 4over for a banner, the price for shipping jumps, okay? For the when you're doing the 8 by 8, if you're aware, for 4over does the next day everywhere for $10, okay? But when you jump that size from that 8 to the 10, the shipping increases to almost $50, okay? So those are things that you have to make sure that you are adding into your pricing structure when you are quoting these products, and make sure that when you're going like to 4over and you're putting the dimensions and things in, make sure that you go all the way through that process so that you can see that what the shipping is going to cost you for each of the sizes that you're offering before you actually put a price down. Okay. So and what I do is that because they ask me for the 10 by 8, I actually give them the pricing for the 10 by 8, but I also give them the pricing for the 8 by 8, because a lot of times when you give them that pricing, they're just like, I've just had them come back, and rather than me like basically wait on them to come back and say, well, hey, well, what size is it if it's a 8-foot banner? I just go ahead and give them the pricing up front for the 8 by 8, the 10 by 8, and the 10 by 10, so that they already can see the pricing structure for those. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to show y'all is for my mock-ups here. Okay. So these are the images that come from the Automizer, right? But I actually, to just make a quick mock-up, I just wanted to show you all what you can do to make a quick mock-up. Hold on. I will pull up my price list for my banners, Jonetta, because I actually have a price list for all of them. So let me trying to see this file open. So what I do, this is just a quick hack that you can do for all of y'all that have the Automizer. Okay. This is a quick hack for a quick mock-up. And that's what I wanted to show y'all today, because I know a lot of us have the Automizer. We use the smart template sometimes to design in, and then you want to actually be able to still have all the mock-ups. Okay. So we are right now updating the Automizer so that it will run, because a lot of people have talked to us about the speed or it running efficiently and running on their system slow or whatever. So I wanted to just show you something that you can do really quick if you're trying to mock up some items and you don't necessarily want to go through designing everything and changing out all the elements and all of that. If you worked on a smart template and you want to take those elements, remember what we have tried to program you all to learn is the components of the templates, the smart templates. So if you notice, when we have our smart templates and we have week to week where we're working with our smart templates, we have our foreground, we have our background, we have sometimes, if you're doing a front and a back of a shirt, you'll have a foreground and a foreground back. We have all of those things, and then we have the art, the total piece of art, okay? So, but primarily in designing each one of these products, the two primary things that you want are your foreground and your background, okay? That pretty much will be able to translate into any of the items that you're wanting to make, okay? Now, some of them, like the party favors, those can be different because they're smaller and you need to kind of move. You might need to put some of the pieces in different places, but generally speaking, our larger items like our t-shirt, our gift bag, things like that, we can use our foreground and our background. Okay, so what I did was, you can grab, okay, let's just say we're going to do the gift bag, and I'll just show y'all how I did the gift bag really quick. Okay, so I'm only opening the gift bag mockup. So when you go to your Automizer files, let me go back to that so y'all can see what I did. Okay, so when you go to your Automizer files, you have all of these different components, which our 0_ files make up our design files, and then our 01 files are our mockups. So right now we just want to concentrate on our 01 files, which are our mockups. So what I did was I said I want to do a gift bag, so I went to my gift bag mockup and I opened just the gift bag. I'm not opening the whole Automizer. I'm not opening the whole mockup. I'm only opening the mockup that I want to use. Okay, so I opened the gift bag mockup and I have that here. Right here, I have these colors right here. Because I'm about to just use my background and my foreground, I don't need these. Okay, so where it has these yellow marks with the update those files, I don't need this because I'm not linking it to anything. I'm not doing anything with it. So I'm gonna just highlight all of those and I'm gonna delete them. Okay, I highlighted them all and hit the delete button. Okay, so now I'm gonna just open this gift bag cover. Okay, now I already did this, so I put the background in and I put my foreground in for my design. So I have my background is in there and my foreground is in there. Okay, and I deleted the other files that were in there, because if I don't, it's gonna try to update them. Okay, that's my daughter. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me let her know I'm in class and make sure she's okay. Okay. All right, so I deleted all the and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open one that I haven't updated so I can show you all exactly what I did. But in here, normally when you open this file, if you open it from the Automizer, it's going to have all of those link files in here. Okay, so this is one that I've done and I'm not I'm not using this file anymore. So I went ahead and opened this one. I deleted everything. And what you want to do is actually, and which I didn't do, is close this, because I opened the gift bag cover. You're going to close it. I'm going to say yes to save changes. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is make sure that this one is not associated with this file anymore. Okay, with this set of Automizer files. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to do a file save as. And I'm going to take this. This is the folder that it was in with my Automizer files. And now I'm going to save this mockup in my folder with the reunion files. Okay, so I'm gonna just save that there. Okay, now that file is saved, and you just say, okay, it's a TIFF, and now it's saved as this mockup is saved outside of the Automizer, and it's saved with just that background and that foreground, and it created my mockup for me. Now here we do have like the colors and stuff here. So you can still delete the linked ones. Okay. You can still delete the linked files that are here. And the bag is naturally white. And there's a color field here that's not linked to anything. Now, if I want to turn that on, I'm going to turn it on and make that it makes the bag that color. So if I wanted to turn this color field to, let's say, the gold in the design, I could select the gold and say, okay, and it's gonna make the bag that color. So I can make the bag still any color I want. I don't have to have the smart colors there. I can still make this. And now this is a file that is not linked to that Automizer. It's a standalone mock-up of just the gift bag. And then what I'll do is just go up here, do file, quick export, go to export, quick export as PNG, and now I have that one done. So I already have it saved, but it'll say yes. So you want to replace it? Yes. Okay. So, and I did that with all of these files. Okay. So now I can just close this out. Say yes, and do I want to save this? Yes, because I saved it as, and I saved it in my folder for the reunion. Okay, so now let's see what I did. I'm gonna open I'll go back to my Automizer files. This is from a scan pack that I had saved. This is not my primary Automizer files. This is from a scan pack for an order that I did at the beginning of this year. So I'm not affecting anything that's in my primary Automizer file that's on my desktop. These are my cloud files that I save separately. Okay. And then let's see, I'm going to do the Hershey bar. That's one I didn't do for this one. Okay. So I have my Hershey bar here, and I'm going to open, I'm going to open this file. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace everything in here that I don't want. And for this, if I was doing, like, if I did this for the family reunion, the class reunion, I'm not going to have all of the extras. So what I'm going to do is let's see, these are all the individual files. And I'm going to delete these because I don't need them. I'm going to replace the background. Okay, so I'm going to put in my background that I made for this design. So I'm going to do file, place embedded, I'm going to go to my files for the reunion, and I have my background right here. Okay. So I'm going to put my background in. And I'm going to just resize this background right here. Okay. I am going to remove all of this extra stuff because I don't need any of this. So I'm just going to delete all of this. Okay. Now, our thank you for coming to celebrate is not it's not a linked file. The QR code is, but I can replace this QR code with my regular QR code. Okay. So I don't have to have this as a linked file because I have my QR code saved as a PNG. So what I can do is I'm going to go to my just grab one. So I have a bunch of different ones. Which one I want to use? I'll just grab, it doesn't really matter for demo purposes. I'll just grab this one. And I'm gonna move this on the screen. And I'm gonna drop this. I have that layer selected, the QR code. And I'm gonna resize it. I'm gonna right click and rotate this counterclockwise to match. I'm gonna put this right here on top of there. I'm gonna hit enter and I'm gonna delete that QR code. I'm going to go here. Let me switch this to this new regular. And I'm gonna say, thank you. I'm gonna just say, celebrating 50 years. And then I'm going to just make that spread out a little bit. Well, not that much, Chrissy. Okay. And then for the nutrition facts, I actually have those. Let's see, that's not the right folder. I have a nutrition facts. Go to my Google Drive. Nutrition facts. And I have this wide one, I think. Yep, right here. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put this one in here. And the reason that I'm replacing this one is because it's a linked one, okay? So, and I actually want to rotate this 180 degrees because it needs to be upside down when it's like that. And then I'm going to delete this one, okay? And I'm going to put right here, I can just change that to here. I'm going to spell it out on here. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is bring in the foreground. Oh, rub that in underneath some white, so I need to move that. That should be right. I just broke that clipping mask, but actually, move these right here. I can move this up here and put that white back on there. So now I have that color field that's above that text. I can change that color of the text. I can select that gold and change that to that text. And then the only other thing that I would do here is probably just put the bigger logo there. So I'm gonna go grab it. And that's their secondary logo. And I'll put that here. And lock that in. And do an Alt Shift and drag that straight across. Okay. Then all my other linked items, I'm going to delete. Okay, this changed that. I want to turn that color fill on over there. Thank you message. I'm going to take this. Okay, celebrating 50 years. And what we could do is take that color fill layer, do an Alt, drag that down into there, and then do create clipping mask. And then it'll change that text up there for celebrating 50 years. So it could be a color or you could turn it off. So now I've taken all of the linked files out of here. These don't need this, don't need that. Those are foreground, accent, and background. Don't need those. And I actually don't need these groups because I filled the whole background like that. Okay, so now nothing is linked, so it's not going to give me any type of error because I removed all of the link files and now I just have my design components in there. All right, and then I can close this. Yes, it's going to open that. And now my image is on my chocolate bar. And now I can either resize that, which I would go back and resize this and make those bigger since I have some more space that I could fill up, but I'm not going to do that right now. Now I'm just going to do File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, and I'm going to say that Hershey bar. Okay. And then I'm going to do File, Save As, and I'm going to save this outside of here. And I'm going to go to my files here and I'm going to just save this. Now the original file that was in there is still saved. And this one is saved as a new file in my design file. So now I can just go here and do file, place embedded, and I can grab my PNG of my Hershey bar. So come in ginormous. And then I could just resize that down here and put that into my mock-up. Okay, so that's how I did each one of these. Instead of going through trying to and waiting for the Automizer to update, I took my foreground and my background. I went into each one of my products and just put my foreground and my background in there and deleted everything else. Okay, that way I have I didn't have to go through updating all of the stuff, all of the things. Okay, so if you're struggling with the Automizer right now because of your computer running, now if your computer is running fine and it's running quickly and things like that, and you're able to update all modified content and it's changing and it's doing all of that, then of course you can go in and still use just the foreground, background, do the Automizer. The mockup is already there. But this, if you're actually putting together a mockup that is not pre-existing in the Automizer, this is a quick way you can do it, or you can use the Automizer files and just rearrange, bring in the banner files, because there are banner files. It may just take you a little bit longer. Like if I wasn't talking through this process, for the, like when I did the images and all of that, to change all of that, it literally took me about 15 to 20 minutes to take my foreground, my background, delete everything, and move through that to make the final mock-up. Excuse me. So do I have any questions? Let me go and grab my, see if I can find my banner price list right quick. I know I had two different ones. I'm gonna make sure if this is the correct one. Okay, so right now, I think this is the one that I had up to the 8x8 banner price list. Okay. And these are my prices for the up to the 8x8. And like I said, I do in my pricing, I usually do a 50% markup on my the items that I do. So the shipping is included. On here I have the shipping is a flat rate. When you go on pour over and do it, the shipping is the $10 for everywhere or whatever. And then I have the shipping added on here. I think this is not the right one, I don't think. Let me look at this one again, because I think this is the old one. Yes, this is the old one, because this one has it all correct. Yeah, this is right. This is the one. And actually this is not, because I think the 8x10 is why I went up on the 8x10. But this up to the 8x8, I believe is correct. I think I changed the price on the 8x10. Of course, at this rate, right now, nobody has purchased the 8x10. They all purchased the 8x8. Okay. So that's what I do, y'all, for pricing. I always create a visual like this, just like the price list that I gave y'all. That is one of my freebies on my coaches page. The price list, if you don't have it, if you're new in the VIP program, or if you're new to the academy, one of the freebies on my coaches page is a price list, a custom products price list. I always have a price list done and something that's visual for my customers when they ask me how much is something. If they ask me how much something is, I don't have to think about it. I just say, hey, okay, I go send them the image. If I'm out and about on my phone, I have a folder. I have a folder in my phone that's in my gallery that has all of my Southern Girl Creation stuff that's saved in a folder. So my price list for the custom products price list, a mock-up that includes the graduation stuff, a memorial package. I have all of those items saved in a folder in my phone, so that if anybody asks me anything, all I have to do is send them that information. I can send them to my website, but then they have to search around. I could send them to a specific listing, but it's easier for your customers, especially if you're specifically talking about one specific thing. It's easier for them if you have something that is a visual that they can just look at real quick for a reference to get your pricing, and that tells them different instructions. So one of the things that I'm doing right now on my Etsy and my Shopify website is I'm actually going through and I'm updating all of my listings to include visuals of all of the things that I want to tell my customers. So because they ask 100 questions, I know for 90% they don't read. Okay. And 90% they do not read those items. They don't read my design, they don't read my listing. And so I rather just have a visual for them to see everything. So I have a folder that I call for every listing, right? So that means for every listing, these are different different things that I could put on all my listings. People ask me about pictures, and I have a visual now that tells people the difference between a good photo and a bad photo for design purposes. I show them that this is why you want to have a person that's in the middle. Like, this may be a very cute and lovely picture, but for design purposes, this baby head is cut off. So this is not going to work if you send this to me and you want me to put this on a product. People love sending you selfies to put on their products, but 9 times out of 10, their selfies are going to look like this in some way, shape, or form. They cut the top of their head off. And so I have this that I've added to some of my listings, but not all of them. I've added this this image so that I don't have to explain this to people. If they send me a picture that is like this, I just send it back and say, I need another picture, and I send this to them so that they know. I don't have to explain it. I ain't got to type nothing up. I've typed it one time, and now all I got to do is send them a photo, and now they like, oh, okay, I got you. Okay. So I like to streamline that process for myself because I have spent so much time I've spent so much time telling people these things and typing up these things. Okay. So I do things like that so that people can know. On Etsy,
Hey,
same thing. Mhm.
yeah.
Hello? Oh, somebody, I guess I muted. Um, on Etsy, one of the things, because I have things that are downloadable, um, people, I didn't get my product, so I have download instructions. That is just a visual that I can send them to tell them you receive an email, where you go, what you do, how to extract it, how to unzip your file. Because a lot of times they download it, but they like, it's not working because they didn't unzip it. Okay, so these are common issues that I have had in having an Etsy store and having a Shopify store, and things that I am frequently having to say to my customers. And so now I have started creating visuals for those things, so that I don't have to type and do all of those different things like that. So, go. Okay, so the fundraisers, Donetta, I think that I did that I did do a fundraiser thing, but if that's something you all are interested in, I can do a separate video just about the yard sign fundraisers. Um, and how how you could sell the signs and all of that. But I did do a whole segment about the yard signs, so that's out there, and I actually did pricing structure and all of that.
Is it on YouTube? That's or in our Craft to Quit?
It's probably on YouTube. It wasn't, I don't think it was like a Crafting for Cash. And I don't know that they were adding the videos for Craft to Quit at that time, but it was a live that I did on YouTube, I think, about the yard signs. So I do know that it's on YouTube.
Thank you.
One of our customer happiness team may be able to find that for you and put the link in the chat. Let me see. Okay, so the other thing, as far as doing an order like this for the class reunion bundle, is that what I'm doing is, so for the t-shirts, I will put the t-shirt on my website, but what this particular lady that's organizing this event did is that she is purchasing so many t-shirts, and then going to take them. She's going to display the t-shirt at the reunion, and then she is using part of their budget to go ahead and pre-purchase some, and then they are going to, after that, place an order. So one of the things that people have asked me is like, on your ordering, how do you keep these orders and things organized? How do you organize your orders, like as they come in? When you're doing a group order, how do you do that? So I wanted to go ahead and share with y'all two different spreadsheets that I use, because for me, everything comes in on Etsy, and Etsy has all my orders listed. Everything comes in on my Shopify, and my Shopify is listed. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. So this is a spreadsheet that I made. Yeah, my background is accounting. That's when I was working full time, 9 to 5, that's what I was doing, is doing accounting. So I need a visual. Okay. I need to see things black and white, up and down, right in front of me. Not scrolling through like, because I have pages of Etsy orders. Okay. Like I'll have it at any given time, I have usually 3 or 4 pages like of my Etsy orders. On Shopify, same thing. It's a whole list of the orders, and I like to organize things by the dates when they're shipping. And even on Etsy, they are like in order by when you have to ship them. You have to go through the pages in order to be able to see that. Well, the way that I do my orders is I actually enter my orders um on this spreadsheet, and I enter them not just for Etsy, but my Shopify orders too. I put everything on this. Hold on, y'all. Let me let this dog out my room so she can shut up. Come on. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, and yes, y'all, I still have the grand puppy. Okay,
Mhm.
start counting how many weeks I've had her. Okay. Uh, so on this sheet, what I do is I'll put the date in that the order's placed. I put it, girl, look, everybody think that she believes she ours, and so do her mama. So I put where the order was placed, if it was on my Shopify, if it was a Facebook message, because I do get, people that will come to my Facebook, and I like to, if the original messages for the order are on my Facebook, even though I direct them to order on my Shopify, even though I direct them to order there, they, hold on. How I direct them to order there, they the original messages for the order might be on Facebook, or they might be on Instagram. And so I actually would like to, I put in here, if it was if it came from Facebook, I'll put Facebook right here so that I know to go look on my Facebook messages as I'm trying to refer to maybe a detail that they gave me that I needed for the order or something like that. And so then I'll put the order name, as I put James Smith right here, and then the student name, and then any notes. So if it's a stove, I already have sizes pre-populated in my spreadsheet. So if I double click right here, if it's a youth, medium, or large, I can just select it. Shirt sizes I already have are pre-populated in this column. So now all I have to do is select the size. Shirt type, is it center print? Is it a all over, which I put as 3D, or is it a DTF? And I'll put what type this is. And this is for communication between me and Ebony, who is actually doing everything. So she already know if it's a center print shirt, is it a front only or is it a front and back? Okay. And then I'll put the like Etsy has a date that they want me to ship it by. And so like say if it was today, say Etsy says that I need to ship it by August 11th. But what if my customer said that they needed it by August 8th, right? So I can put in my customer's need by date, which I ask that my customers give me the date that they need it by, because a lot of times they come and order and they're like, they need it, before the time period that I actually have in as my processing time. That tells me one or two things. It tells me, one, that I need to prioritize their design first. It also tells me, hey, did they purchase the expedited option? Because if they're purchasing and they want me to ship them something that's outside of my processing time, which I have my processing time in there for Etsy and for and it doesn't, not so much on Shopify, but on Etsy I have my processing time, so it tells me when this should ship by. But if they want it sooner than that, then they need to pay my expedited processing fee. So if they put a date that's that, so say they put August the 8th, their expedited processing fee is what I charge them for me to expedite it, and it pays for them to get 2-day shipping by UPS. So if they told me that they had needed this on August the 8th, then I'll look at my calendar and I know that I need to have shipped this by August the 4th in order for them to get this on time with 2-day shipping from UPS, which is on Friday. So I'll put this as Friday, right? And then what I do is I will sort this by the date that my customers need it by. And then I divide this, like say I have a whole list of orders right here, right? I can then go in here and Monday through Friday, I can put a line in here to say, okay, like when I have like 3 or 4 orders that need to ship on the same day, or 3 or 4 orders that need to ship on Monday, 5 or 6 orders that need to ship on Tuesday, I can put a line between Monday, a line between Tuesday. And then what we do is, as Ebony goes in, and if she's printing it, or if I print it, if I say, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and print this stuff for her, this printed column is right here. If they have a tumbler or socks or anything like that, I'll put that in this column. And I'll check that off once it's printed. Once the stole is printed, it's checked off. Once the shirt is printed, it's checked off. So sometimes I'll print on some days, sometimes days Ebony prints. And so we'll check so that we know who's done what already. And up here is my little color code system. So as my orders come in, I put the orders on the spreadsheet. And then once it's designed and ready to go, I'll highlight this in green. Then Ebony knows that it's ready to go. Okay. If I need more information, I'll put it in yellow. If like my customer contacts me and I'm like, okay, well, we need to go on and get this out today, and I'll change this to that color. And when Ebony looks at the spreadsheet for the day, she knows, hey, I need to go ahead and ship this one out today. So I need to work on this one. So this is our little system that we use here where, and then right here, so this is notes from Bunny, because that's her little nickname, Bunny or Bobo. She puts any notes that I need, she'll put right here, and then she'll turn them to my color so that I can, when I open this, I can see my color and I know I need to look at something on this spreadsheet. So this is what we do internally for production to communicate things with each other, and how I organize all of my orders as they come in. Now that's for my daily production. I also, for big group orders, like this was shooter shirts for the basketball team. I have this spreadsheet, and what it does is, so for when they're placing their orders, they had both sublimation shirts and they had DTF shirts. Now for me doing production, what's important for me is that once everybody's placed their order, I need to know how many adult larges do I need in the black shirt, and how many adult mediums do I need in the Jersey's 21M shirt or whatever. So what this is a spreadsheet for my group, for my teams, where I have each team and the orders that they place here. Okay. As I put the order in, I put like a Youth Excel. So this says Youth Excel DTF because it has the same drop down here, front only or front and back. Okay. So once I enter this Youth Excel, the size over here, and I enter DTF, it populates it over here in this chart. So like right there, right now you see where it says Youth Excel 6, right? I have DTF. So if I go down here and add a column, okay, and I say I add a line, 1 Youth Excel DTF front and back, right? Okay. So something. Okay. So I must have added an extra calendar, so a character. So it does give you an error code. If you enter something in here than what is programmed to be in here, it'll give you an error code, and it gives you that invalid little thing. So you know you must have put something in, and if you did, it's not going to show up over here. So I put in Youth Excel DTF front and back. So now when I go to Youth Excel DTF, Youth Excel is now at 7. Okay. So then at the end, when everybody's placed their order, I have all of this is calculated to go to my totals here. And now I have total shirts 119, shocks 38, adult medium 17, adult large 1. And it tells me every size, how many I needed for each size. This is my center print shirts. So those were my sublimation shirts that I needed, how many I needed for each size. My DTF cotton shirts, how many I needed for each size. And if I had any 3D, but I didn't do 3D in this order. So this I use for my family memorials. When they place orders for my groups, I had these are separated by the teams. So then I could see like the Lakers ordered, 7 Youth Excel, 18 total shirts for their team. So when we're packaging their order and we are doing, getting everything packaged, I can look straight at this. I can see, make sure the Lakers have 18 shirts, 2 youth socks, 9 adult medium socks. And it's all organized. We can click it off and do that. Okay. So these files I'm going to share as freebies on my coach's page. Okay. I'm going to make a copy of these and then I'm going to share them as a freebie on the on my listing. So I will put the link to it in the Craft to Quit. So the Craft to Quit it'll have that in your Academy folder. Okay. So our Platinum VIPs, you will get access to this spreadsheet for group orders and my spreadsheet that I use daily for production. Okay. So that is it for today, you guys. I hope that this has been beneficial for you all, just to see kind of my process of what I do from day to day. I know we're doing probably quite a bit more volume than some of y'all are, but you guys, it is important to do this on the front end and to be prepared when you are going to start. And that's what what we're working towards. So Sunday, Shannon has the party boot camp with Kim from Easy Peasy Party Planning. We are bringing y'all content to help you all move forward in your business. And what I'm trying to do is show you all, because I didn't have anybody like guiding me through these different things. And so I had some complete chaos when I first started taking these big orders. My first big order, honey, I can show you my first big order. It was taken on a spiral notebook. I don't know if y'all can even see this because of my little filter or whatever. But I had pen and paper, writing stuff down, didn't have my website together, didn't have a system in place to once I got the orders, okay, how am I going to keep it organized? How am I going to do all of that? But this is what I came up for myself. This is what works for me and my process here. So I definitely, don't mind sharing any of that with you all, because I want you all to work the most efficiently that you can. So I want to share those different resources and things with y'all. So what works for me may not work for you. Maybe you have to come up with your own like little plan or whatever. But this definitely helps me keep myself organized, knowing what's going on and knowing I need to what I need to do every day when I get up, and I just have to look at my spreadsheet and it's there, and all I have to do is update it with my information. So yeah, so that is going to be it for today. Again, I apologize for being a little late today, but like I said, life was life and over here. So any questions any of you all have? Again, our questions, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Facebook and you came in after I made the little announcement, our questions are posed by the people in the Zoom room, which are our Craft to Quit program, our platinum VIPs that are in the Zoom room with me. So those are the ones who get the privilege of asking questions and interacting with me during the live. So if you are a platinum VIP, we are here every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and trying to just give you all as much information and resources as possible to help you all move the needle in your business. So no questions. Yeah, the spreadsheet can be used even if you're just starting to get orders. Like I encourage you to know, even if you're just doing, maybe 2 or 3 orders a week or 4 or 5, start doing it so that you get in the practice of doing it. Any order that you get, put it down on and I can admit that sometimes, I haven't updated the spreadsheet. My daughter is very good at getting on my case about that, telling me, hey, you do know we have a spreadsheet for this, right? So and I do it in Google Sheets, just instead of Excel, because Google Sheets is a lot easier to share when this is being shared on different devices. Because like if I'm doing something, I have like my Surface Pro or my iPad that I can access my sheets from and update, and it works better doing it in Sheets, because as you update it, it updates in real time for anybody else who's looking at it. So I can, I'll say call her sometimes and be like, hey, I'm updating. She's like, I'm sitting here, I see you doing it, So But well, thank you, Samela. I love hearing when y'all say that it's great information, because I just want to know that the information that I'm giving y'all is helpful to you all. And yes, I do have a similar spreadsheet for inventory. So inventory is something that I am going to go on over. I have some other neat resources for you all with inventory and blanks, and creating. Oh, Samela, thank you. I have some really good resources for you all as far as inventory and things are concerned, because that was one of my goals this year, was to get our inventory together. We actually organized everything, went through every single last blank that we had, inventoried it, categorized it, labeled it. So I have some really good resources for y'all coming up for inventory and blank. So y'all stay tuned, because that is definitely coming up. But I do have something similar to this. It's a little bit more advanced than these particular spreadsheets. I did these really quick to just when I was getting like I did these just really quick between orders that I was doing, so that I could be prepared, and it just has worked for me. And so I haven't ever updated or made it anything extra fancy. The inventory spreadsheet that I have is a little bit fancier. It's got a little bit extra, but it has to, because of keeping track of inventory can be a booger. And there's some there are some apps and things like with Shopify, but I haven't really gotten into. I've been testing like two or three, no, three different things that I've been kind of testing for inventory, which is what I'm doing before I do my session on inventory, because I'm trying to find a good app that can be used for our type of business, for like a craft business, that some of them are way too advanced, and then the one of them is like really elementary. So we kind of need something that's like right in the middle, and I'm trying to find something that integrates with the barcode generator. So because that was something that was important to me. So my spreadsheet can work with the barcode, but I haven't found an app yet. And so if any of y'all know, then so Nancy, I don't know if you were here or if I told y'all. If I didn't, when I did the car magnet. Okay, y'all. So those of y'all that were present for the car magnet live, y'all know I was fighting with that car magnet, because I was like, I know that it's a film on here that I gotta peel off, right? And then I pressed it, it came out all wonky. And I was like, I gotta figure out what the heck is going on with this car magnet. So I actually called the place that I got it from, and they actually had changed the car magnet, and they had like quite a few issues that people were saying that they were having with the car magnet. There was no film on it. The first one that I got from them had a film on it. And so I was like, okay, well, that would have been nice for y'all to like tell people that. But so they were telling me some things like that they were recommending for people to do with the car magnet, and changing of settings, and then using some vinyl, something to put on there. I was like, yeah, okay, that's too much. I ain't gonna be doing all of that, because y'all know Chrissy is gonna work smart and not hard. So moreover, does do car magnets the same size, and they actually do them that larger size too. So I'd already told y'all for the larger size to go ahead and use 4 over, but 4 over is going to be the go-to for the car magnets, because yeah, I'm not going through all those extra steps to get the car magnet to work and all of that. Now, I did let them know, because I go there pretty often, hey, if y'all figure it out to where y'all can just tell me setting, and I don't gotta do nothing extra but put my little sublimation paper on there and press it, and it's good and ready to go, then then that'll be cool. So the marketing class for the school contract marketing will be new content this boot camp coming up. So it will be structured different. I am going to provide some of the same resources, but I'm also going to provide some new resources, some new information. There's going to be things to talk to you about networking. I'm actually going to go more into detail about some of the things that I've had to do on my end as far as with new contract and the requirements, so that y'all can have like heads up and know these things in advance. Be sure to talk to, whoever you are going to have to talk to about approaching these people. So it is there is going to be quite a bit of new. It will be some of the same, but quite a bit of new information in the boot camp that's coming up on the 3rd. So my school marketing boot camp is on the 3rd. Okay. Okay, Jamie. Well, look, you let me know, and then I'll see what I'm gonna do. But yeah, you let me know about that. Yes, the boot camps will be available for purchase as a replay if you can't make it live. It will be available to purchase as a replay. Yep. Okay. All right. So I done talked all my little Carmex off. Now my lips is back crusty. This Bell's palsy. It's getting better though, y'all. So I ain't even gonna talk about it before they get mad at me and say, "Hey, we letting you go." So I'm not even gonna talk about it, because I don't want no issue. We don't want no smoke over it. So that's all. Do I have this in a digital file to purchase? Which one are you talking about, Felicia? Because I thought you were talking about the spreadsheets. What were you talking about? Yeah. So the spreadsheets are gonna be a link. So I just need to duplicate the spreadsheet and like clean it up to make it blank for you all, and then I will put the link, and it will like make a copy for you of the link, so it'll be in the Craft to Quit in your folder. I will add it as a resource. Okay. Any other questions? All right, going once, going twice, and we are out of here. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad. So y'all have a good weekend. Hope to see y'all for the boot camp with Kim. If not, I'll see y'all Wednesday or back on Friday. Y'all have a good weekend. Bye.